Hi everybody on Facebook. It's me. I'm back for episode 2 of Regina Abroad. So a couple of people, the last time I broadcasted or FaceTimed or message or whatever you want to call this, had a couple of questions for me. So I'm going to answer a few of those first, and then I'll get back to I'm going to do show and tell today for you. It's a little limited because of coronavirus. I can't really get out and get exactly what I want, but it's a good place to start. So Louise had asked me, are people staying inside? For the most part, yes, there are some morons that are going out, mostly the younger kids, but the cops are kind of reining that in. But for the most part, people are staying in. I mean, we go out. My husband's working. He's a truck driver, so he has to work to deliver stuff. But for the most part, we are going out once a week just to get food. But that's pretty much it. Hey, Phil. Vala asked me, and then most people asked about food. Well, Diane said I need a dog. I don't need a dog. There's no way I'm getting a dog, so forget about that. Most people were asking about the food. Vala asked, how are the bagels? There's not, this is what I have for, I'm going to start show and tell now. This is what we have for bagels here. Okay? New York Bakery Company with the Statue of Liberty on the bag. The original bagel, the real deal. It's the real deal. Deliciously soft and chewy. Boiled and stone-baked bagels. Okay. This is the bagel. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that patheticness. It's like a Lender's at home. That's basically it. And they don't even cut it for you. You have to cut it yourself. Yeah. These are kept in the freezer for like emergencies if we're out of bread or something like that. I keep them. Along the same lines of that, we have, these were in the freezer too. I just took them out. 4 white muffins, right? This is what we would call English muffins. They're very similar to English muffins. But they don't call them English muffins. They just call them muffins. So, and then we have what I was telling you guys about the last time. We have the crumpet. This is a crumpet. Now, I could only get the giant crumpets because the store was out of the regular ones. But basically, the regular size crumpet is like our English muffins. That's pretty much the same size. So this is a giant one. See, this is what it says, crumpets. Giant crumpets. So you only get 2 in here. Usually you'll get, hey Ma, normally you'll get 4, 6, 8, 9. It depends on the brand. But so you could see these kind of they're almost like a pancakey consistency. They're very similar to a pancake. But they have the nooks and crannies in them, so you put them in the toaster. And normally they come like this size, so you can see how much bigger this one is. But normally they're English muffin size. So they're kind of like an English muffin that's already cut in half, but the consistency is more like a pancakey type. And they expire fairly quickly. Like you really can't get them to last more than like a week. So that's my bagel situation here, my bagel bread situation. Maria Tula had asked me how the pizza was. Hey Agnes. Hi Emma. Hey Bri. Hey Babs. The pizza I'm not even gonna attempt here. I can't even think about it, at least not yet. Maybe if I'm desperate later on, I'll think about it, but right now I can't even think about it. They have here, it's more pizza and kebab shops are combined. So you have like a pizzeria and the kebab shop. Those open at night, just like the Chinese restaurants here. They're not open all day. They only open at nighttime. And then the big thing is the chip shops. That's the fish and chip shops, or they call them chippies here. almost every town has a chippy. Some have 2 chippies. So it's kind of like us with our pizza. We prefer, you know, Umberto's over Ray's or something like that. A lot of Chinese restaurants too, but the Chinese food here is a lot different from the Chinese food at home. Here, what we would think would be lo mein, they call that chow mein here. So the first couple of times I started eating Chinese food, I didn't know what to order because everything is different. It's good, but it's just not the same as what we're used to. Of course, the phone's ringing, but I'm not answering it. What else? Hold on, I'm gonna get the phone. Hello? I'm on the Facebook. All right, bye. It's my husband. So, anyway, that's the big thing with the food. Let me see what else I could tell you about the food. Yeah, pizza, I won't even attempt it right now. I can't. The other thing is, let's see. I had a couple of things. Okay, ketchup here is called red sauce. It's not called ketchup. Some people call it ketchup, but they call it red sauce. Then they have something called brown sauce. Okay, this is HP sauce. You can see it's brown. They put this on a lot of stuff. It's almost like our steak sauce. Steak sauce, kind of Worcestershire sauce, but they put this on eggs, sandwiches. This is pretty much the norm. This and ketchup, they put a lot of this on. Let's see what else. I made a list so I wouldn't forget anything. Anybody knows me, I like lists. Lunch here is called dinner, and dinner here is called tea. So tonight when my husband comes home, he's going to say, what's for tea? And then I'll tell him what we're having for dinner. But they call lunch dinner. Breakfast they call breakfast or brekkie. There's a big difference in the size of the products that you can get here and the size of the products that you can get in the States. Most of the stuff that you buy here is so much smaller in size than it is at home. I can give you a couple examples. I can't show you everything because some things it just doesn't, I either don't have them or I can't get them here now. But for example, when we're home and we get croutons, right? We get like a box of croutons or like a big bag of croutons. This is the size of the croutons that you get here. This is it. That could be like on one salad, basically. Maybe 2 salads. But yeah, you can't get it any bigger though. This is the one size. This is the size they sell, and that's it. If you don't like it, tough crap. Another thing, breadcrumbs. This is the size of look at how small it is. This is the size of the breadcrumbs that you can get here. You can't get it any bigger. It's just the one size. You can't get Pam, like spray Pam. They don't like aerosols here. I think it's against the law to have the aerosol, so you have to use the squirt bottle like that and use that as Pam. It's not as good. So I actually ordered off of Amazon. It comes from, I think it comes from Costco in the States, but it's a non-aerosol spray where you can actually spray. It was stupid expensive, but it's better than the stuff that they have here. Also, as far as let's see what else we can say. Oh, yeah. If you want to buy ricotta, when you go to the store and you get ricotta, you have like different sizes. You know how we have like the 2-pound tub if you're going to have a lot of people over? There's one size of ricotta you can get right here. Okay, that's it, just that. So if you're having company, you got to stock up on the ricotta because this is the only size that you're going to get. Okay, Parmesan. This is it. Comes in a little bag. You can get the one that's not grated yet, but and that's like a regular, like a chunk, like a slice of cheese or something like that. But if you want to get just that's it, just this little tiny little bag. That's all you can get. tomato sauce, they don't call sauce. Like if we wanted to get like tomato puree, something like that, they don't call it that. They call it tomato passata. It comes in a box, like a little box. If you want to get tomato paste, they don't sell it in the little can. They only sell it in the tube. They sell it in the tube, and they don't call it tomato paste. They call it, to make it more confusing for us, they call it tomato puree. So tomato puree here is really tomato paste, and you can't even get tomato puree here. They call it passata. Let's see, what else do I have here for you to show? Cornstarch, they don't call it cornstarch. They call it corn flour, okay? And as far as like cake mixes here, they'll sell cake mixes. They are stupid expensive. Like just a regular box of cake, like what we get Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker or one of those kind of Pillsbury. You know, you can get them on special, like from Stop and Shop for like $1. Sometimes they have them for 88 cents. Here they're £2.50 each. So that's more than $3 each for each box. It's ridiculous. Although on the other side, there's stuff that's a lot cheaper. You could get olive oil is stupid cheap here compared to the States. And like Nutella is really, really cheap compared to the States. Nutella is like stupid cheap here compared to the States. What else? Let's see what else I have on my table. I have all kinds of stuff on the table here. Okay, so as far as like stuff that they eat, I'm gonna probably, if you guys like this, I'm gonna do like an episode just of, hey Vala, I mentioned you before. I'll rewind later and you can see I answered your question. I will do an episode if you guys like it. Oh, I can get tomato paste in the pat. Oh, thanks, Babs. You're gonna have to show me, just like you showed me about the pretzels. I will do an episode just on Welsh food, but I don't have all the stuff here, so I'd like to rather show you instead of just telling you about it. But there's a couple of Britishy things that I have here that I can show you, things that are from the UK. One thing that's really weird here is they do eat hot dogs, but you buy the hot dog either in a can or in a jar like that. Okay, or I can't buy it in the can. To me, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem appealing in a can. And in a jar, I can kind of get away with it, but yeah, that's kind of a norm. And then you buy American hot dog buns. They'll have like Americana on them because they don't really have hot dog buns here. So I actually got them from a store and froze them so that I know I have them. They also do beans on toast. That's a big thing here. They literally just like toast bread and put butter on it, and then they put a can of this stuff on it, baked beans. They're not like our baked beans, they're more like in a tomatoey sauce. That's a big thing here for people to eat, and not only that, it's like super cheap, so people that don't have a lot of money, it fills you up, and it's a cheap way to eat. Let's see what else I have here to show you. Another thing that they have here, which is very popular, my husband loves them, is pork pies, okay? These are stupid cheap too. These were 85 pence for the package, so that's a little bit over $1 for us. And basically, they're just like little snack foods. They're like almost like in a pastry. And then inside is sausage meat. But their sausage is a lot milder than our sausage. It's not as like in your face, and it's not as greasy. But the first time that I was going to eat these, when my husband bought them, he just took it out and he ate it like this. And I said, aren't you going to heat that up? And he went, you don't heat a pork pie. So I said, whoa, calm down, buddy. No, you don't heat a pork pie. You eat it either cold or room temperature. You don't heat a pork pie. Okay, so I learned my lesson. You don't heat a pork pie. The other thing, another thing that they have here for the mozzarella, if you want to buy mozzarella, this is how the mozzarella comes, in a little ball, a little tiny package. So I'm going to make lasagna at the end of the week. I think I bought like 8 of these just because I needed more to put on here. But you can get it grated like we have in the bag. But if you want fresh mozzarella, this is how it comes in just a little ball. They don't have the fiore di latte either, like the little ones. They don't have those. The only you can get is this one. Also, the bacon they have here is different. It's not like our bacon. This is the kind of bacon they have here. And what they make these things called bacon buddies, that they just make the bacon, they grill the bacon, or they put it on the George Foreman, or they put it in the oven. They take regular white bread, put butter on the bread, and then put the bacon on the bread, and then they call it a bacon buddy. Different strokes for different folks. Another thing they have, which actually I do like, this is actually good. My husband turned me on to this. It sounds weird, I know, but if you can taste it, you would probably like it. It's called pickle, okay? Branston Pickle, that's like the main place that does it. I prefer the small chunk as opposed to the big chunk because it's tiny. But basically all it is vegetables chopped up, all different kinds of vegetables chopped up in almost a vinegary kind of sauce. But it's very thick. It smells very pungent smelling. If you can see what that looks like. So there's little chunks of pickled vegetables in there, okay? And it's actually quite good. The big thing that they do here, they put cheese and pickle sandwiches. So you'll have a bread. Some people put butter on the bread too. But it's just bread with nice thick slice of cheese. And then you put that pickle on top. It's actually really, really good. I have to say, that's the one thing I really like here. What else was I going to tell you? Let me see. I don't know. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's about it. But if you have any questions or you think of something you might want to know about, drop me. Oh, with brown, we can call it a tin. Oh yeah, you call it a tin, not a can, right? Oh my God, do not diss the bacon buddy. I think it's just, I think it's just an acquired taste, but everybody loves it here. I know, and it's easy, it's simple, but overall, I'm getting used to the food. I'm getting used to the food shopping. It's little by little, I'm getting there. So if you guys did like this, I will do another episode. I actually can fill you in on, we had an update on our radio experience from yesterday. So the next time I do this, which maybe be Saturday, because maybe more people will be home then, because I know a lot of my peeps are working now, I'll update you on that. And hopefully, my cousin Marianne had wanted to know, she's like, show us outside. But I can't show you outside really right now because really not allowed to go out. There's not much I can show you outside. So when I can, next time, I'll definitely take you guys out and show you the town, show you the stores in the town. We have a very little town. It won't take much time to show you. But until then, I'm going to keep trying to think of things to be able to show you my whales and share my whales with you. And in the meantime, stay well, stay safe, stay home, and keep your comments coming and send your questions, okay? Love to everybody. Bye.